This is Zeus, planet ship Earth, as we're sailing through space. As we're sailing through space. Planet ship Earth. They say we're doing 945 miles per second, baby. That's fucking moving, right? Plus, we're going around the sun at 745 miles per second. What? We are moving. So, taking full commandership over my position in place, I've been thinking about some things, and I thought to myself, everything seems to be going A-OK. Love is on the rise everywhere we go. People are being the highest versions of themselves everywhere I go. This is absolutely beautiful. Can you believe it? The sun is truly sending out some pretty high vibrations for everybody. And we all started it ourselves. When we started saying every day and every way I get better, better, and better, and just started moving forward and doing the very best we can. And then the good stuff just started rolling in, and it's rolling in such a high frequency. Yes, some of that negative stuff that they're really focusing on is disappearing, and it's disappearing because it cannot stay in the light. May you always be the light, forward moving and being that highest version of yourself, because remember, when you be it and then start doing the things that you feel are what the highest version you would do, and then you actually have it, because in the actual doing of it is the actual having of it, and you've got that today, because only you know what you think. Only you. Only you. Right? Because you're the only one that thinks the way that you think. Nobody else sees those pictures inside your mind. Some people say they don't see anything. I don't know what I don't know, but I do know for myself is to just do whatever I feel is the best thing I can do in my now. And sometimes this gets clouded by thinking, but I'd rather think it out and then put some action behind it, right? That's the big thing right there, which is the vibration, energy, and motion, the third universal law, action. The law of action, putting steps behind the things that you feel are what is in line with what your purpose is about. And know that nothing can stop you. That's the key point, I think. And I'm saying I think because I'm putting everything into what I'm doing. I'm finding out what it is that I really want to see in the world, and then being that very version of myself. And what does that look like truly? That is a generated thought that is purposeful for the moment, because as we learn more and graft in more, it has to come to us in a piecemeal form. And so the piecemeal form, and anybody out there that has anything they can add to this, please do, because through the Recovery Cafe, I'm wanting to create a program called Opportunity of a Lifetime. The opportunity of the lifetime would be something as, let's say I'm a representative of the Recovery Cafe, and I'm actually coming to someone saying they're on the street, right? They need food, they need help, they need this, they need that. They are in dire straits. Well, I can come to them and say, hey, how you doing today? Zeus from the Recovery Cafe. The recovery team is chance here. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Are you wanting a new life? Are you wanting to move into a better position in life? And they say, please, how can you help me? We say, I'm going to do this one thing for you. I'm going to call a shuttle. It's going to come pick you up. It's going to take you to the Recovery Cafe, where we have a team assembled that will actually walk you through the various levels of getting into a home, which is going to happen today, and being in a projection of recovery. So you may have to go through detox. That might be your home for the moment. You may have to go through various different other things. Training module. We're going to go through a training module and learn a brand new way of thinking for yourself and creating a world that you would like to live in. Would you like the opportunity? And then by choice, they could actually choose to not do it or choose to. I'm not there just to give them a little sandwich or something like that. I'm there to help them. So, I mean, that is what a recovery team specialist does for the Recovery Cafe. A recovery team specialist. That is pretty cool. I like that idea. Recovery team specialist. Recovery team specialist. And recovery team specialist is a person that can basically works various different levels of allowing a person to work the system that has been set in place for people in the same situations that they're in order to get them into the housing situations and the training that they're needing in order to generate an income that it will substantiate a lifestyle that they have while giving them a detox through it all where they're not having to worry about anything. The money is there. And if there isn't money in this field right here, we'll create it because it's stuff that we can actually generate into the whole cycle. But the whole idea is giving somebody you know what? We all fuck up every now and then. Let's do our best in order to help each other, right? Some people didn't have the opportunity. We know that to be true as well because of trauma and whatever it may be. And the only way you can break them out of that is taking them out of the stress of survival. Because the stress of survival, a lot of people say, well, it's breaking out of your cocoon. Well, sometimes that is the cocoon done been snatched open, that trauma, and they're struggling to actually survive. And having gone through trauma as well, I mean, once that happens, yeah, it's like your world is smoked because now everything you thought that was true is not really true. It was just a lie. And you just don't know what you don't know until you actually go through it. You bridge through that trauma. You don't know what you don't know because you don't know you didn't know it. That's how freaking subtle the mind is it will cover stuff up. It does not want to go through a little bit of pain. And true enough, it already did, and every time you think about it, you go through the same pain over and over again, traumatizing the body. And a lot of people do that, and you see them, they're like, I mean, I don't mean to say this in ignorance or anything, with any judgment, any energy, is so you get to a place where people look like they're sucked in like a raisin because has been so negative, and the consent to continue to worry about people, places, and events basically causes their body just to go totally against itself. And that is the trauma of not taking control, laziness, I guess. And that's an interesting statement, because the laziness wasn't in the doing, it was in the actual taking activity. And the strongest power you have is over your thoughts. And so then, what is it that I was truly giving up? Was every part of me. If I was giving up my emotions to something or somebody else outside of me, which I cannot change at all. I cannot change anybody or anything. I can only change myself and my own reactions to the various things that had set me off. And I didn't even know. That was the thing. I didn't even know those things were there until I remembered them again. What do we truly know is a smidgen of whatever it is that this vehicle, governed by some form of time, which is not linear, it's more stacked. That which was yesterday was now, but it's now right now. So what does yesterday even mean? Because I can't even really touch it anymore, because it's a thought. And I think to myself, well, if it's a thought, then what possible thought could it be but imaginary? And it changes every moment that I think about it, and based upon where I'm at in my moment of mind, because I was thinking about a girlfriend in my past once, Sandra, and I was texting her, and I thought to myself, she had texted me back, sort of thing, and I thought to myself, we didn't have cell phones back then. We had, at best, pagers. I don't even know if pagers was even a thing at the time. We had wall phones, that was it. There was no texting, you had a message machine, those type of things. And I thought to myself, how is it that my thinking was that I was texting her in my mind and she was responding to the text, playing in a part that we had played at the time that we had played it. Now I know that she's no longer with us. She had passed away from cancer or whatever it may be. But with that being the case, the illusory nature of the actual thought field of a past event just taught me that I add stuff in there based upon my clarifying belief of what is truly real. And that blew my mind. I mean, it blows my mind just even to consider it, right? To think we have that much power, right? What if I imagine myself putting in $10 million into an investment account that seemed to be a great idea, and put it for my grandchild back in another lifetime, right? And I happen to be that person that would now get that reward. That would be pretty cool if you could do something like that. I wonder if you could do that enough that where energy would align itself for that frequency. That's a very interesting question, because if there's multiple dimensions, and we do know that there is, then every dimension holds a fabric of something. How much does it interlock with this one? Because I've seen things do things. And I thought to myself, that was not part of my past reality. So there's things that we don't even know, but it happens. It's funny, isn't it? Anyway, I think that's all I've got. if you got anything from that, if you like it, excellent. We do thank you for putting donations on our money sign Global Peace Project at Cash App and the Global Peace Project at the PayPal. We thank you. A blessing to everyone that has made any donations whatsoever. It's been a blessing to serve. I'm trying to put into words. We're going to have a meeting. I'm going to do a live on Global Peace Project at the Recovery Cafe, putting in a vision for what we're doing. How many people want to get on board? We're going to make this stuff happen. Because you know what? We deserve it. Heaven on Earth, Global Peace Project. Talk to you later.